I'll start. I'm going to be brief. I'm Phil Sanov. I'm one of the trial lawyers with the Morgan & Morgan Insurance Recovery Group. We have the largest first-party lawyer group in the country. There's 55 lawyers in 25 offices. But this is really about trying to support the industry. I just had to give that short plug for everybody that set this up. Also, Aaron has got himself covered up. I need to express my gratitude to Aaron and Sarah in our mothership who really did the front end, the back end, whatever the right terminology is. I'll be trained up to do this on my own going forward. We're going to keep this going. I just want to make sure I left out Aaron and Sarah on the gratitude talk. So I'm going to go clockwise on my screen. I know everybody's screen is different with the panelists. So on my screen, Chris, if you could unmute yourself, Chris Aldrich, public adjuster with Andrew K. Knox and Company in New Jersey.
Thanks for having me, Phil. It's an honor to be here. I'm Chris Aldrich. I'm with Andrew K. Knox and Company. I'm vice president of Andrew K. Knox. I've been with the firm for 13 years now. Our firm handled one of the largest, if not the largest claim out of Hurricane Sandy, which was pretty much the entire boardwalk region and Jersey Shore. We handled the single largest privately held insurance claim as a result of Sandy. Love the industry, love what I do, love working with people, love succeeding for people. And I'm really honored to be here today, Phil. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Chris. Thanks very much. John Dye, Art of the Supplement. You're next clockwise on my screen, so we're going to you next.
Hey guys, I'm John Dye with Art of the Supplement and Balance Claims. Balance is the nation's largest third-party administrative company that we basically work with contractors all over the nation, helping them handle all the administrative work on the back end with claims and making sure that they get paid for all of the work that we do, or that they do and that we do. So we want to make sure everyone gets paid essentially and help shield your profits. So that's what we do.
Thank you, John. Thank you, John. Mr. Hunter Ballew, RoofCon, you're on, brother. You're still muted.
What's going on, man? Hope you're doing good. Excited to be here with you guys. Hunter Ballew out of South Carolina, born and raised up here in the mountains, the upstate area. Got a roofing company, Cornerstone Construction. Some of you guys may have heard of us or seen us on social media, and also help run RoofCon, an event for roofers where we come together, we discuss mind, body, and legacy. Focus a lot on life and not just business. We want to help you get that 100x return when you come, when you bring your team, but also want to help you leave as a better man, a better leader, a better wife, whatever it is you're coming as. We want to help you improve and better serve your family, community, and workplace.
And I'm going to give my town a little plug. We're bringing RoofCon to Houston this year. Woo!
Houston, baby.
October 15th to 17th. Here we go.
That's it.
All right, head coach Jim Johnson, you are up, brother. Please talk to us.
Hey, yeah, I'm Jim Johnson. Good to see everybody, or at least be here for you this morning. Phil, it was awesome that he did gratitude, and I'm grateful for these group of guys right here. I'm grateful for all of you that are watching today. And Philip, if you could add me to your text list, I would certainly appreciate that. I didn't know you had that going. I would love to be on that. I'm the head coach here at Contractor Coach Pro, and we help contractors every day build their businesses holistically. And what that means is all facets of their business, from leadership and culture and process and systems to sales and marketing and recruiting and hiring and training. We help with all of those things. We help you develop a strategy for those things. And then in addition, Philip asked me earlier, how would we describe ourselves? We describe ourselves as a business and life strategy coach, because there's more to this than just the business. And so I have great alignment with Hunter Ballew down there. There is more to this than just seeing how much money we can make. And I'm a big supporter of that whole RoofCon thing too. I'm super excited to be one of the speakers there. And I plan to bring some value, not only there, but today as well.
Fantastic, fantastic. Continuing the circle on my screen, TJ, you're up, brother. Come talk to us. I need to do a quick intro for TJ first. When the president announced that no more than 10 could meet at one time, TJ and his wife have 9 kids. 9 glorious kids. that worked with us in Memphis that really got after it and did some volunteer relief work. That's how I got to know TJ better. But TJ's the only person in here that validly, under some sort of law, can tell one of his kids got to be on the porch the whole time. TJ, tell us about you, brother.
Well, I'm TJ Ware, CEO of Paradise Claims. We're a public adjusting firm operating in a dozen states. We've actually recently teamed up with All Good Adjustments, so that gives us a staff of about 25 to respond to some of these events. I'm retired from the U.S. Marine Corps. After that, I went into construction. I owned an electrical contracting business and a solar power business. And then I was in the roofing industry for about 7 years. I owned a roofing company in Dallas, Texas, before founding Paradise Claims. So like Phil said, my wife and I, we've been married for 16 years, and we have 6 sons and 3 daughters. And we're active with nonprofit and mission work. We enjoy doing that. And when I'm not working, we usually like to split a lot of our time, our free time, between the Florida Keys and the mountains in New Mexico. So we're pretty active outdoor people.
All right, Joseph, you're the middle of my Brady Bunch panel, so you're up now, brother.
Grateful to be here. Thanks so much for your energy and for bringing us together. Honored to be here among the panelists and the great group of people, attendees today. I'm here in New Jersey as well, born and raised, moved around a little bit, ended up back down here with family a few years ago, and fortunate to be here in the office where we can do a lot of our video content, which is what we do. I grew up in the construction industry, family business, so I'm sure we have some family businesses out there. And I started Contractor Dynamics in 2012. So we are a marketing training company. So we train roofing companies on how to do social media advertising, marketing, how to build predictable lead flow, how to brand themselves on social media, and all those different things. So we have a few virtual training programs available to clients, in all states. And we're fortunate that we're in a position where we're all set up to do this anyway, virtually. And we've been helping out a lot of contractors with just advice and helping out our clients do things where obviously we've been impacted the past few weeks, and we will continue to be impacted. So I'm here to offer any insight that I can to help everyone kind of keep the momentum going throughout all of this.
All right. Thanks, guys. I'm giving all y'all a hand. I'm grateful, really grateful to you guys for being here. So now this is the point where we're going to go through and folks talk about one by one how they've seen their segment of the industry pivot, what we think the best practices are, what you see going forward as best advice for folks for best practices. After that, we'll open it up as best we can with the technology. There might be a bump or two with getting folks interaction and question from the participants. I see we've got 51 participants. It's what's showing on my screen right now. So I'm grateful to have those folks here, and we want to open it up for them when we can. For my sake, Morgan & Morgan Insurance Recovery Group, we get insurance claims paid. So when y'all have trouble with insurance claims, we hope you'll think of us. That's our gig. That's who we are. That's what we do. There'll be other forums for me to talk more about that. This is not intended to be about me or be about the insurance recovery group at Morgan & Morgan. I really want to do more service for the industry. So I'm going to cut plug-in my business off at this point. We're doing like everybody else. We're doing a lot of virtual meetings. Defense lawyers and insurance companies are really trying to take more advantage of this and slow things down. So we're pushing and pushing. Everybody's got video capability now in the firm through our IT department. And we're just, for our sake, like everybody else, we're pushing virtual meetings, virtual hearings, virtual depositions. That's what I see for my part of the industry at this point. Joseph, because you may be you are the only true marketing aspect in this to go industry by industry. We'll go for you first, then we'll go up to Chris, then we'll come down to John, Hunter, Jim, and TJ. Just kind of as a roll call type going through the different aspects of our industry here. And I'm going to back up now. I'll probably need to mute my part because wifey and I are saying sweet nothings to each other as she sits in my thinking chair over there. Grateful, baby. Grateful for you. Okay, Joe, take it away, brother. I'm on mute.
All right. So let me obviously there's a lot that's been impacted, door to door, obviously a thing that's been heavily impacted right now. I know a lot of contractors out there are relying a lot on that and in person, and everyone's trying to move to the virtual world. So a few things on what we've been training on lately, and I'm going to just paste here in the chat for everyone, my personal Facebook, because I'm doing a live every day, daily at 3 Eastern. So we're going through different marketing fundamentals and strategies and things like that. Things that apply right now, and also fundamentals that we should all be doing anyway, regardless of the current state of the world, right? In a good market, in a bad market, challenging market. I grew up in the construction industry. I know that the industry as a whole can be a little bit behind the times when it comes to like technology and innovation and, you know, doing things the old school way. And that's fine. But there's certainly a big opportunity to adapt here. So in these times, you know, obviously one of the things that we were talking about on our client calls yesterday is that you want to be able to kind of keep momentum going as much as you can and be out there to serve your markets as contractors, but also be sensitive to the fact that, you know, people don't want to be sold and pitched to, and you don't want to come across as someone who's just trying to make money, right? So it's number one, letting people know that you're still available to provide services. And I like to share stories. One of my best friends from college, Josh, I went to college up in Boston. He and his family are actually moving to our neighborhood today, where I'm from. And so I know a lot of contractors here, obviously, and he's texting me different questions. Hey, you know, a roofer, an HVAC guy, they need to landscaping and all this other stuff. They have a leaky roof. And so I gave him 3 local roofing companies, and you know, one of them didn't return any calls. The other one said they were 2 weeks out. And then the third guy came by the same day and gave him an estimate on his repair. Nothing crazy, but you know, it's something that's urgent. They're moving in today, and they're going to get it taken care of. So my point there is there are still people out there that need our services, need contractor services. And you can let people know in a genuine way that, hey, exterior services are some of the things that you can still get done right now. Especially if we're talking about a storm restoration situation where you might have storm dates coming up. Now, I don't know if those statutes are going to, you know, be extended at all, depending on the states. That's not my area of expertise at all. But that is a real thing. It's like, hey, letting homeowners know, letting property owners know that there is a date here, and you might want to, you know, make sure that you get your claim or file a notice to claim or whatever it is, depending on the state and the situation prior to that, because you're going to, you might lose your eligibility to actually file a claim. So number one, you know, there's a lot of fear and uncertainty out there, especially on social media, but remember, there's still people that are getting projects done right now. And I know it's March 20th right now. Everything's really day to day. Who knows what's going to happen tomorrow or the next day. But as of today, like, things are still getting done. So I think number one, letting people know that you're out there and you're open to serving them. And video is going to be the best way to get out there, regardless of whether it's now or a year from now. I think video is going to be especially important now when you're getting out there in social media, because people can see your body language, and most of communication is nonverbal. So people can hear your inflection. They can see the sincerity of what you're saying. So get out of your comfort zone. If you want to get out there and put some messages out on social media to your market as a company, as a sales representative, as a product manufacturer, supplier, service provider, video is going to be the way to go, because you're going to make that deeper connection again now at this time, but also as a fundamental in social media marketing. So that's number one, is do what you can now, keep the momentum going, let people know you're there to serve them, let people know that you can actually still provide these services, whether it's roofing or any other exterior services. And then number two is, as much as we want to keep momentum going, and you know, we're all entrepreneurs and a lot of alphas and A-type personalities here, the reality is that every business and every person is going to be impacted. So it can be a time to maybe pause for a second and build out some of those processes that you know that you've needed to build out anyway. And now's the time to do that, right? So set up your virtual processes, set up your DocuSign, make sure that you are serving your clients in a way that they want to be served regardless of the situation. We have a client in Tulsa, Oklahoma, who before all this happened, they started at the beginning of this year, building out a virtual, everything virtually, right, to serve the homeowner, because they know that's what people want these days. And they're doing really well right now because they already had those things in place. So these are things, and I know that Jim Johnson will probably talk about these things as well. But these are things that they're good business practices, whether we're in this situation or not. So start to build out these processes for the future. Build out your culture, your team communications, get some training going, whether it's sales training or marketing training or other business coaching. Like, this is the time to sharpen our saws. So that's what I have as kind of my opening statement. We specialize in social media advertising, marketing, but we've done everything over the past 8 years in our company. So if you have any questions on that, I welcome those throughout the webinar and beyond.
Thank you, Joseph. And let me say, I think all the panelists and the attendees can look on the bottom. There is a chat group. If you open up on Who Can See It, it says panelists and attendees. Joe has got his Facebook link there. I can tell you that if you go on Facebook or Instagram, look for Joseph Hughes, look for Construction Dynamics, y'all can link up with Joe. He's doing every day, he does some video content as well. Thank you for that insight starting off, Joe. Chris, we're going to need you to unmute your mic, please.
I'm here, Phil.
Tell folks about you and what you see and how we're going to go forward, please.
Well, I mean, I think Joe brought up a great point about momentum. One of the things right now that's just come up that I took notice to, adjusters are starting to cancel in-person meetings for claims. We're dealing with some claims out of Panama City Beach, Florida, some big dollar claims on high rises. And for example, we had a meeting that was scheduled in person on Tuesday with a bunch of engineers, building consultants, and myself and the adjuster. And the carrier side actually canceled and wanted to push it back 30 days. The problem with pushing it back 30 days is the insureds are, number one, coming up against the statute of limitations, for any potential lawsuit that they may have, if they end up having one. Number two, it stretches the insured out in having to manage their cash flow. So they've now gone from an expectation of maybe having a claim payment within 30 to 60 days to now having 60 to 90 days. So instead of canceling the meeting, I made a suggestion to the adjuster and to the entire team that was going to meet down there that we do a Zoom video conference and we hire a drone and a drone pilot to be able to actually live feed video the building so we could have discussions about the various areas of the claim that are in dispute so we could keep, as Joe said, keep the momentum moving. We as an industry, our insureds need us to figure out a way to be innovative and keep everything rolling.
Thank you, Chris. Thanks very much. Everything is so virtual, everything is so video. I appreciate that you're able to talk about the drones doing the live feed to do that's the best way to do a virtual walkthrough. Fantastic. I think we said next we were going to Hunter, trying to keep it from one industry segment to the next. So Hunter, you're on, brother. Give it to us.
Awesome, man. Jim and me were cutting up the other day on another panel. We were on talking about this, saying like, man, I could talk about this forever. There's so much that you could throw in here. But for a lot of you guys, if you've heard me speak before, whether you've heard me on a podcast or from stage, I say all the time, turn devastation into opportunity. And that's exactly what we have right now. Honestly, devastation is where the innovative eat. This is an opportunity for you. And you have a chance as the leader of your company. We probably have sales guys on here, some managers on here, some owners on here. But as a leader within your company, whatever role you are, you have the chance to step up and lead your team and let them know that everything's going to be okay and get innovative. Like Joe said, put some processes into place that maybe you've been dragging your feet on because for one, like if you're the visionary like I am, you don't want to deal with that stuff. Not everybody has that perfect integrator that can put everything together. So sometimes it's just me slowing down and saying, all right, I'm going to spend from 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock at night putting these things into place. Sometimes I say, hey, to my assistant, have her block off a couple hours where I can work with my team and put those pieces into place. But this is a perfect time to just realize that the industry is going to change long term, and this may be the time where it really kicks off. I mean, for us, we're already doing some things virtually. We already have financing in place, but Facebook groups are a huge answer. Facebook pages are a huge answer. You can mine. For us, we have AccuLinks. You may have job nimbus. You may have job progress. Whatever you have, you may have thousands of contacts that you can go back through and mine. I think that homeowners are really appreciative. Your community is really appreciative when you're transparent. If you get on your Facebook page, if you get in these Facebook groups and you say, hey, we have guys that need to eat too. They need to work. We need to sell roofs. And you're just open and real. I made a post at 10:30, 11:30 at night last night, and I had 9 people reach out saying, hey, we would be interested in having someone inspect our roof. But at this day and age, like we're on a Zoom call right now. You can do everything virtually. You can post on Facebook. You can call people through AccuLinks. I literally, right before we kicked this off, I went to get some orange juice to drink, and one of my sales guys had walked in. And for him, when we had our last panel last week, Jim was talking about, if people don't come to the door, we're starting to see a little bit of a slowdown. I think we sold 4 or 5 roofs in the last day or 2, but we are starting to see a little bit of a slowdown. So our guys are able to go through, mine those old leads, follow up, see if they've had anything done. And then even if it's a customer that we've worked with before, why not ask them if they're willing to reach out to their neighbor, to their mom, to their sister, whatever, see if we can set up an inspection. Go check it out. We don't have to shake their hand. No contact needed. We can offer financing if they're afraid, if they have fear of the deductible. That's been something that we've been hearing, and it makes a lot of sense as people are afraid that they're not going to be able to afford their deductible, especially if it's $2,500, $4,000. Well, there's places like Full-My Deductible. There's Service Finance where you can get those things done. Like for us, we use Service Finance, 12 months, same as cash. That's an opportunity. Then you can frame that before you even say finance, and you could say, hey, what if we could get your new roof on your house and you didn't have to come out of pocket for 12 months? So we're going to increase the value of your house and you don't have to come out of pocket. If they're up for that, then you take a look at financing. DocuSign, you can do your presentation through iPad. There's so many ways that you can get the job done and not have to have that contact in person, which is crazy because 10 years ago, some of these guys that have been in the industry longer, I haven't. I just got started in 2017. I've been super blessed for Cornerstone to grow like it has. But some of these guys that have been around for 10 years, like John and Jim and Joe, and I don't know the other guys as well, but I'm sure they could tell you that 10 years ago, this wasn't discussion. This probably couldn't happen as easily as it can now. So it really is an opportunity if you're willing to say, hey, I'm going to embrace the suck, because it's going to throw a wrench in things, but embrace it and make it work. Don't whine about it. Don't complain about it. You're going to bring fear. You're going to bring anxiety to your team if you do that. Embrace it head on. Communicate well with your team. Have a meeting, whether that's like this on Zoom, whether it's in person. You got to make that call if you think you want to meet in person, and tell them how you're going to operate. It's your job as the leader.
Take action. Life is about taking action. Those of you that have been getting my videos, we've been talking for a long time. Life is about taking action. Thank you, Hunter. Everybody keep going. How do you get courage? Take action. How do you keep fear? Just wait. Fear feeds on nothingness. Take action. Get the courageous. TJ, I know you're working on your phone over there. I'm not trying to interrupt you. I know that's how we go, but it's the public adjusters part of the industry. Chad, again, you're up, brother.
Thanks, Phil. I've got people asking me for claim updates, which is understandable. Industry-wide, I'm seeing a little bit of slowdown with certain carriers, but also some good news. I had commented on one of John's posts yesterday. We had gotten a claim rolling a couple of weeks ago and got an approval yesterday for $323,000. So I was pleasantly surprised. Some of these companies are still processing claims. I feel like overall, we kind of have a duty as Americans to continue to keep production going. All of us, the contractors, in whatever way that we can. I know we have some certain limitations, but we're pretty inventive and creative. A lot of entrepreneurs are that way. We're going to find ways to continue to do business. I think it's important that we find ways to continue to do business, because ultimately our economy needs us right now. It needs all of these business people, these contractors that are logged into this webcast. Our economy needs us. Ultimately, our neighbors need us. We have vital services that all of us offer. For contractors, there's a lot of guys out there that do retail work and that do new construction. And I would encourage you to start looking into the restoration and insurance side of things. I believe that the restoration side of this industry is a little bit more recession proof. I think there's a lot of data that would support that. You know, these types of jobs are going to continue to go on, even if new construction slows down or comes to a halt for a little while, which I'm pretty sure is going to happen. At Paradise Claims, we work with contractors to train them to get into insurance work. I think a lot of guys may have grown up doing new construction work or a certain aspect of construction, and they look at an estimate, you know, that someone's given them an estimate before from an insurance company, and they don't know what to make of it. They can't make heads or tails of it. It's confusing, it's convoluted, which is absolutely true. But there are people within the industry that can help contractors understand those things, get into insurance work, and add that into their business as what may become a main source of revenue through some harder economic times. So I would say another thing is sanitization. If your companies have any ability to mobilize and train for sanitization, basically you've got to follow a certain set of standards and protocols, and there's a possibility that you know, you're going to be able to bill insurance companies for some of that, depending on the situation and scenario. There's been a lot of talk about the business interruption. That may be an aspect in some of these claims. I don't think anybody wants to make any promises yet, because the whole industry's waiting to see how these things work out. And people like Phil are probably going to end up, you know, having to handle a lot of those claims and see how these things go. But ultimately, there's a lot of opportunity out there. Connect with these guys like Joseph Hughes and Hunter and Jim Johnson, people that are coaching people to continue to improve their business practices, especially in this new virtual world. And, you know, I would say that roofers and people in the construction industry, if you can do some of your customer relations part virtually, I don't think there's much risk of you getting up on a roof. You know, you're pretty socially distanced up on top of a roof anyways. I had a roofer call me yesterday and ask if I thought it was safe for him to go do some commercial roof repairs. I said, hell yeah, get out there, you know, make the money that you can make right now. I think it's important to continue to contribute to the economy in every way that we can. And we're here to support any contractors that need assistance or education when it comes to that.
Now I got to unmute myself. I had too much dinging going on over here. Thank you, TJ. Thank you. I appreciate that you also talked about the social distancing aspect, and that when you're up on a roof and you're the only one up there doing the fixing, that you're good. Let's get out there and do what we can. I don't remember where I saw it, but I saw some chatter about does roofing count as essential when the government shutdown comes out that says you have to be quarantined yourself, shelter at home, unless it's for an essential. You can get up on the roof and do an essential need. I don't want my roof leaking. Sounds pretty essential to me. Jim, I want to save you for last as the coach to kind of bring it all home before we open it up wide open. So I'm taking it out of order. Previous announced. John, I hope you're ready to unmute yourself while I mute me so I don't ding anymore. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right. Hey, guys. John Dye here with Art of the Supplement and Balance Claims. So thank you so much, Phil, for doing this, by the way. This is great. And I appreciate Morgan and Morgan and your entire staff for putting this together. And it's an honor to be here. But I think you said something a second ago that is kind of it's a reality now. I think we saw California yesterday. They are going into this whole lockdown thing where they are locking down the entire state. Basically, yeah, essentials are all that matters. I think Stan Bastick yesterday from Atlas put out a post about they're trying to put together something to share to the I think it was the National Roofing Contractors Association that put that together. That is a pretty much a request that the government recognize that we are essential services, because obviously people need to have protection and be protected from the elements, which a roof is pretty much the first line of defense for that. So it's pretty cool to have that and to see that actually happening. And I think our industry, though, we're kind of poised in a really good place. I think a lot of people are actually very well positioned. They've got some good marketing in place. They're taking advantage of Facebook. They're taking advantage of resources like Joe Hughes and all that stuff. But one thing that also stuck with me, Hunter, you were in my office this week, and thank you for coming, by the way. We had a great time. I think you flew out Monday evening, but you said something while you were sitting in there, and it was really, it for whatever reason, really meant a lot. But you said that you were looking forward to this entire whatever this is as a way to test your business. You said, everyone talks about the 2008 crash and how that was the most, the thing that really defined their business or redefined it. And you were looking forward to seeing if you had what it took to maintain. And this is it. This is the test for your business. This is when the rubber meets the road. Have you put together all the right pieces? Now, the cool thing about this is if you haven't, you can still do it. You can still start to work yourself into that direction. And I just got some messages from Troy Clymer, our CFO. We were looking at all the small business stimulus packages that are coming down the road. Some of the things that are going to help alleviate some of this stuff, some of the pain that we may feel as businesses. But, you may have an opportunity to rethink your entire strategy. Right now is the time to rethink. It's time to see if your stuff is actually working. Do people know who you are? Are people aware of your business and what you guys actually do? Because if you're not aware, if you're not on the consumer's mind right now, you're going to hurt. And that just goes back to show and double down your efforts on becoming that contractor that everyone knows in your community. And this is the time to do it. As far as balance is concerned, we're doing a actual daily report. So like a daily webinar with our staff internally that we're sharing with the entire industry, where we're talking about what we're seeing with as far as claims are concerned, because I know claims are a big part of everyone's business. Everyone, a lot of us here, we all come from this world where we are working on the claim side of things, and insurance and what they're doing, how they're reacting, and what actions they're taking directly affect us right now. And so we have about 700 clients at Balance that we are communicating with almost daily. We have, we're running several hundred claims at a time. So we're talking to insurance companies all across the board. And even some of the smaller ones, we're starting to notice some trends. We're reporting that back to the industry and trying to provide you guys with all the information. So just to give you a quick overview, I know that State Farm has sent Team 66 home. They were packing up yesterday to go home. That means that everything's being done from home. Not really affecting anything. We're still getting good responses. We're still getting good claims times, and we're still getting things approved, all that kind of stuff. Like TJ said earlier, that, things are moving and they are being processed. We saw that some carriers are starting to pull back on their internal staff as far as getting them on the roofs and putting them in front of homeowners and all that kind of stuff. They are starting to send out IAs and more ladder assist companies, that kind of stuff, to inspect roofs. I personally got a call yesterday from a carrier or from a firm out of Kansas because Indiana was scheduled to get storms. They said there was a good possibility we were going to get storms in the last 24 hours. They want to know if I would be willing to go on standby. Essentially, that means to me that the firms are still putting people out there. They're still getting stuff going. We're still going to see movement, but how that affects as far as signing up and getting people actually to purchase a roof from you, that's going to be the question. We don't know how hard that's going to be. How hard is it going to be to get paid? You got to have all these options in place. The financing option, I think, is a huge one. If you're not offering financing, you really are going to have to overcome that of trying to take money out of people's hands when they feel like they need it the most. I mean, you guys, I'm out collecting money just as much as you guys are right now. I'm trying to make sure that we've got money in our bank account to make sure that we're okay for the next few months or, weeks at least or whatever. And I know Balance is doing the same thing. We're all in the same boat as you guys are. And that's why I think also we've seen an uptick in claims at Balance, is because contractors realize I got to shield every penny. I got to get paid for everything that I do. I can't work for free, especially not in these times. And so they're shooting a lot more claims our way, which is good for us. But then we also are concerned with, we're going to get all these approvals. Well, we got to get paid too. And so, those are all scenarios that run through our head right now. I'm sure everyone else is having the exact same scenarios all the way down to the consumer themselves. And so we got to make sure that we're just staying on top of stuff and taking advantage of all the tools that we have at our disposal right now, the DocuSigns, the Zoom calls, FaceTime, was Duo, is that the one that all you Android people use? So I'm not sure. I don't have an Android, but I've seen this Duo app. I've heard of this. But there's there you go. Jim knows what I'm talking about. So making sure that you got all those tools in place. I even saw, Jim, you talked about a few days ago putting stuff on Facebook Live. even going live on your inspections, so that people see that you're actually doing stuff. I mean, that's a good idea. I love that. I'm sorry I just stole that from you. You're probably upset with me, but you know, that those are great resources.
John, I didn't hear you say it. You may have. I'm sorry if I thought you were done. I know no intent to interrupt the panelists.
Oh, you're good.
How do people get your daily update? You may have said it and I missed it. I just want to make sure.
So we just decided to, I just created this as a webinar. I'll put the webinar link in the comments here that you guys can sign up. You'll get an email every day to actually come in and be a part of it. It's on Zoom. We also are posting them live on our Facebook page. When they actually happen, we are Balance Claims and Art of the Supplement are both going live on the Facebook page. It's also going live in Art of the Supplement Nation. Art of the Supplement Nation is our Facebook group that we have. There's a lot of updates in there. If you're not a part of that, you're welcome to join that. But I'll put the link here for the actual Zoom webinar, and then you guys can actually join up. And as far as Art of the Supplement is concerned, we did cancel all of our upcoming boot camps for the time being. We had some scheduled out, refunded to people all their ticket money. We are going to have a new product that's going to come out. If people want to, this is actually the first time I've mentioned this, but if people do want to be a part of something that we're going to have, it's going to basically be a masterclass. And that's going to give you, you'll actually get registered and certified as a claims master. It's going to be a 4-week course that's going to actually take people that don't know anything about supplementing to where now you have someone in your office that is trained as a claims master supplementer. They're going to be tested, and we're going to actually sit down and certify those people as actual claims masters. And so that's something new that we were working on before, and it just, we decided we're going to launch this now because this is probably the perfect time that people have to actually be at home and to learn and to actually increase their knowledge. So the Claims Master certification is getting ready to go live here on Sunday, I believe. So we'll have our first, we'll have that available. So
Great. Thanks, John. Thanks, John.
Thank you, guys.
Last but not least, the proverbial best for last, our head coach, Jim Johnson. Please give us your words of wisdom.
Hey, everybody. I'm going to first things first put my contact and all that other good stuff into the chat area there, hopefully oh, wait a minute. That went privately. Give me 1 second. Sorry. Somebody had messaged me individually. So there's everything on me. I just filled up the whole chat area, I think, with all of my different places, Facebook profiles, groups, pages, websites, and all the other good stuff. So you should be able to come back to this. You could probably copy and paste it to wherever you want to. My goal here is to kind of reiterate a couple of things and then maybe fill in some gaps. This is actually something that we've been preparing for quite some time. It's a project that we've kind of had in the background called Contractor Evolve, which if you just go look up contractorevolve.com, you'd find it. But whenever I saw that you could buy a car online, I was like, we better pay attention. We might be able to buy a roof online at some point. And so we started working on this stuff, and I was super excited because I posted about this Contractor Evolve yesterday, that it's out, the website's up. We're going to be starting it on March 23rd. And a lot of my clients posted on there, we're already virtual. We're already virtual. We're already virtual, because we built all those tools for them to go that way as quickly as possible and be agile and shift. And it was a super proud moment. Like I was like, that was super cool to see those guys do that. The thing I'm most concerned about in all of this isn't the actual somebody getting sick. I'm going to reiterate a little bit of what Hunter talked about. Understanding that this is actually an opportunity. Some of the biggest businesses in the world that started in a recession. Disney, Microsoft, Google, all of those businesses started during a recession. And so this is now this open room for opportunity. And I believe people are two types of people. There's the type of person that runs from the battle, and there's the type of person that runs into the battle. And I'm the type to run in. I hope that other people are the type to run in with us. And there we go. There's a reason these guys are on here. They run into the battle. And I think there's quite a few of us. There's less of us than there are of those that run away. The fear holds on to them. And so we have to understand what fear is. Fear is a lack of knowledge. That's what it is. Just like people being scared of the dark. They're scared of the dark because they don't know what's in the dark. They're scared of jumping out of an airplane because they've never jumped out of an airplane before. And so it's this unknown thing. And right now we're dealing with a lot of unknowns. How long is this going to last? Are we going to get sick? All those type of things. And I really think that mindset is going to be the bigger problem than the medical problem. How are you going to handle this as an individual and a person, a human being, as you go through this? And what example are you going to set to everybody else that looks to you as a leader? Because we're all leaders. If you have a friend, you're a leader. I just tell you that right now. They are looking at you as somebody to get value from. And if you're scared, they're scared. If you're strong, they're strong. And so provide inspiration, provide that mindset, provide that innovation and creativity, provide this vision that you got this, man. I got this. We got a plan. We know what we're going to do. Even if it's just a high level plan and you're working out some of the kinks right now, people need to understand that you're thinking ahead. That's what wisdom is, thinking ahead and making sure you take the right path. One of the things that you're going to need to assess for your businesses, with kind of what we've been talking about a lot on some of these panels, is the skills, talents, and resources of your team. And so understanding what you're capable of and what you might not be capable of, and taking on maybe new tasks that you haven't before because you got somebody that's creative or they're good with technology, and maybe bring some of that marketing into your building or start doing more of it, like Joseph talks about. Joseph teaches people how to do this all the time. And so use that knowledge, use those resources that he's putting out there. We're going to be bringing people in for just that case. Joseph, I hope that you'll join us on one of those calls as we help people. Thank you. That's awesome. I haven't had a chance to ask you yet. So really assess the skills, the talents, and the resources you have available to you so you know if you can do it in-house or outsource it. One of the things that I'm a little bit concerned about is people are watching these panels, and these panels are great. They're giving lots of good information. But if you think about what they really are, it's an hour or so of information, pretty high level, like ideas and things that you can do as far as process go. For example, like we all know that I can measure a roof with a drone or get an Eagle View or use my iRoofing app or whatever it may be that you use. We all know that we can use a CRM to handle our companies and our business is going that way. We all know that there's tools out there like DocuSign. But do you know that there's other tools out there that don't cost you a penny that you can do the exact same thing with? And are you being smart about those things and understanding the depth at which you need to look at this thing? Because it's not just a high level process that I can do this. It's the how will I do this? The actual tactics and mechanics of it. How is your messaging going to be done? What exactly are you going to say? How is it different in a virtual world versus the real world out there? And do I have that coaching ability and the knowledge to share that with my people? And I think some people are taking this a little bit too much. I can do a Zoom call. Great. What if my customer doesn't know how to do a Zoom call and doesn't want to do a Zoom call? You just excluded somebody. So we're going to have to meet people where they are. This is going to be about communication and engagement. And how do you do that best? Hunter mentioned a couple of ideas like with Facebook and stuff like that, being a part of groups and pages and things and sharing like we're sharing here today. But there's so many other ways. I mean, we have a ton of those that we're going to be sharing with our members of Contractor Evolve. So really think about that. I mean, this is strategy. You're playing chess, not checkers, and you've got a destination you're after. Really assess like the costs and those skills and talents and resources. Do your research. Do your research. I mean, seriously, you get after it. I have been the research aholic for the last really 2 weeks as we started to see this thing really become an issue. And we've learned more in 2 weeks than I might have learned in the last year. I'm a constant searcher of knowledge. I've told everybody I've been learning how to learn for the last 2 years, and teaching people how to do that, because it's super important that you may have the knowledge, but if you don't know how to coach it and teach it and hold people accountable to it and inspect what you expect from a coaching perspective, it can be a little difficult to get people to do what you want them to do. And you may not understand the mechanics behind it, that it's all about incentive and applying the right incentive at the right time to get people to do things, whether that be monetary or reward, or just simply, hey, I want to get better. So do your research. And then last but not least is evolve. You're going to have to adapt and overcome. It's the saying of the Marines. And when these type of things hit us, if we're unprepared, we better get prepared in a hurry. And so that's why we fast-tracked this program that we're doing called Contractor Evolve. I'm not here to sell it. I'm just here to tell you about it. If you want to go look at it, it's contractorevolve.com. And if you've got questions, I put all my contact information up there. Shoot us a text, Facebook message me on our page. Join our page, join our group. We can only help 100 contractors at a time because it would get too many to give true benefit to. But if we get 100, we'll start another one and we'll do another 100, and we'll do whatever it takes to help you guys get through this. It's our purpose. It's why we exist. Our purpose, just so everybody knows what Contractor Coach Pro is all about. And me personally, is my purpose on this planet is to empower people to believe in themselves, to believe in us, that we're here to help you, and to believe that there's a higher power at work here, and to trust and have faith that we're all going to be okay through this. And then our core values are to love, serve, and care. And we kind of put that into a little sentence that if we care enough to willingly serve you guys, you'll know that we love you. And we do. And I want to thank you for listening in today.
Thank you, Jim. That was fantastic. You and I have talked before at some of the conferences. We have so much similar message, similar content. I love your shirt that you wear. Sometimes it says "Believe." On people that get my badass morning message each day, the encouragement, I always say at the end, I love you. I believe in you. Please believe in yourself. So you and I are giving a lot of the same message. I appreciate you being here.
Yeah, that shirt was dirty. Sorry about that. I tried to get my wife to wash it. I'm like, I've had it on so many videos. I'm like, you better wash that thing. So we'll talk strategy today, because that's what it's all about.
Fantastic. So I just wanted to throw a few things out there. People who, again, are already on my text list or see my posts on the various social media platforms know that I've been saying every day, sending a message. We were made for this. This is our time. We are built to overcome. We are built to adapt, to succeed, and keep taking action and charge. I am so grateful that we're all of that mindset. This is our time. We were made for this. We're going to be fine. We're going to help those that aren't sure about being fine get to where they know that they're going to be fine too. So I really appreciate you guys. For any participants, this is the time when we're going to open it up for more interaction. I don't think we have the technology to unmute a audio mic on everybody's computer or phone, whichever way they're accessing it. So for now, until I get more trained or we get more of the technology behind us, you can type in the chat. At the bottom part of the screen, at least the way my screen is set up, there is a chat where you can click the button, the drop downs on who sees your questions. You can do it for all panelists, or you can do it for panelists and attendees, and type us out some questions, something that you want to further discuss. I think there's also a Q&A button. I'm not quite sure that's going to work as well. I think we'd rather keep it all in the chat. And so if there are any questions or points that you need to discuss more or would like to hear more about, panel participants, please go into the chat role and put something in there as a question or a topic.
Please share Jim's links again. Okay, I will throw those up and send. You can also just simply email me, headcoach@contractorcoachpro.com. I'll send all those links to you. We actually have an explainer video that I did this morning. I'll be putting that out on Facebook today. Hopefully you guys will share it. I'll get all of my other friends to share it, and hopefully it gets all over Facebook. But there's that information, I think. Let me make sure. Yep, it's all there. enter. Other thing, like as you guys post those questions, try to just to put the name of the person you're asking, but leave it all panelists so everybody can see the question. That's probably going to be more beneficial to folks so they can handle that question. Any other questions? Awesome. Thanks.
So as a moderator right now, until we get another question, I wanted to say I've been studying a lot of business type coaches on how to work your business. And I wanted to get, during these chaotic, uncertain times, the points that I've seen most is that you double down on 80% of what works for you. And while you're adapting, while you're changing, don't change more than 20% of what your core business is right now until we see how things continue to evolve. Following up on something that Jim said about what if you're only going to do a Zoom call, you're excluding anybody who doesn't have Zoom. We had a team meeting with all of our lawyers yesterday, and Mark Nation, who leads the first party group at Morgan & Morgan, the insurance recovery group at Morgan & Morgan, showed us on his screen how he had Join Me, he had GoToMeeting, he had WebEx, he has Blue Jeans, Zoom. So I would reiterate what Jim said, whatever you need to do and however you can educate yourself to use all of those virtual tools, video tools, start doing that now while you can, because I sure don't want to exclude a potential client who needs help getting their claim paid because they can't do Zoom or because they can't do WebEx, or if the phone calls just don't work enough, they have to show me something. So I want to thank you, Jim, for making me realize and remember to say there's lots of technology out there, lots of apps that we can use. Let's make sure to use them all.
Couple more things. Just I meant to mention them and forgot, and I had them on my list here. There's help out there too. Don't forget about that. I've seen a lot of posts about the SBA and what they're doing to help people get through this. I just got a message this morning from Facebook. They're throwing $100 million at this. They're going to help 30,000 companies. You can go find it on Facebook, register for it, and they'll be choosing those companies. And if you need a link, shoot me an email. I'll get that link off to you if you like.
I'm going to post one in here right now too. Troy sent me one here a minute ago from QuickBooks.
Here, I got
some small business help.
Yep, I got it right there. Control, copy. Okay, so that's QuickBooks. Here's the one from Facebook, right there. And so, yeah, it's a thing, isn't it? Like, I want to see. You guys okay with me? One more thing. So
yeah, I want to throw it up to Chris after you. Jim.
Okay, cool.
Chris does a lot of coaching and can talk about team, but let's have you finish off, Jim. Sure.
Yeah, it'll be the last thing. I'm sorry. I know I talk a lot, but I don't want to miss anything because it's so important. We talk about being busy all the time, right? And the time that's available to us. I think Hunter hit on this a little bit and really kind of handled it from an owner's perspective that, we always use this excuse, we're too busy to get anything done. Well, now we got some time, right? As a salesperson, you guys that are salespeople watching this, you need to think about this. You're watching jobs, you're filling out orders, you're dealing with insurance companies, you're doing whatever it is that you're doing that's 60 to 70% of your time that's not selling. Guess what? You got 100% of your time right now to build your pipeline like a freaking madman. Seriously, build it, build it, build it. You may not even be able to go out to inspect. What if they shut us all down? Like you can't go anywhere. Are you just going to sit there and do nothing? No, man, I'm going to get out there and I'm going to start communicating. I'm going to start engaging with people and I'm going to start building that pipeline. And when it all gets ready, like, okay, everybody hit the streets again, I'm going to have a pipeline that covers me for the rest of the year. I'm going to have a pipeline that dominates. I'm going to have a pipeline that wins the game for me because I'm playing chess, I'm not playing checkers. That's it.
Fantastic, fantastic. We always talk about Camp Aldrich, and Chris posts a lot of things about the different things that he coaches, his kids' sports teams and things of that nature. I think Chris has a unique ability to talk about team and how teams work together and how to lead teams. So Chris, I don't know how long we have. If we just go to 11 or for the hour, it shows 3 minutes before. Maybe Aaron, if you're hearing this, you could send me a note on exactly what the time frame is. And I know people may need to drop off because we thought we'd do it for an hour. But Chris, if you could give us some pep talk words about teamwork and working with team, I think that's a particular thing that you could share with us, please.
Yeah, I mean, Phil, just, so the group knows, and our panel, I'm not sure that you know my background, but if you look over my shoulder, you could see a couple fire helmets hanging there. I was a fire chief in Toms River, New Jersey for 3 years. I'm currently a member of the Urban Search and Rescue Team in New Jersey. I know a lot about team building and what it takes to, to get everybody on the same sheet of music. And there's a big divide on our side of the fence right now that we need to close the gap on. And that's, public adjusters, attorneys, and contractors, everybody working together on the same sheet of music to benefit the policyholder. There's a lot going on where, certain factions are saying, well, these guys don't want to work with contractors don't want to work with these folks. And the divide is becoming very apparent to the insurance industry, and the insurance industry is using that to play against the policyholder, who essentially at the end of the day gets hurt. I'm one of the vice presidents of NAPIA, and a lot of people have come out publicly and said that NAPIA is against contractors handling insurance claims, and NAPIA is against people about working with contractors, and I can tell you that is completely inaccurate. I just successfully handled a claim that we had gotten from a roofer on a 26-acre roof in Nashville, Tennessee. So I mean, we need to stop with the stigma, of public adjusters, contractors, and attorneys going against one another. And we've got to get on the same sheet of music to benefit who we're out here working for and trying to get the best end for.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris. So we may only have a few minutes left here, so let me say a few things. We are recording the webinar. We've got to process a little bit on the back end, as I understand. That'll take a few hours or so. So I will send out info. I'll post it on all the social media platforms. Send me a text from my text information being up there, or email, and I'll make sure you get a note on how to access it when it's available. We may be about to cut off because we're at the hour. So maybe this is a good time to everybody say their goodbyes here pretty quick. But before we do that, we are going to keep this going. I'm not positive on when the next one is going to be, when exactly next week, or what the very topic will be. To be able to allow more people to have access, we might do it on a Wednesday evening, we might do it on a Thursday evening, and make it a little more non-work hours for people to have access. I'm grateful that I know you guys will participate every time when you can, and we will just make all this work. Again, I begin every day and end every day with gratitude. And so I'm going to end the webinar, began it with gratitude. I'll go around and let all of y'all say y'all's goodbyes, because I don't know if Zoom is still recording after we're a little over an hour right now. But I'm grateful, I'm thankful. We were made for this. We are going to crush this. God is in control of this. We are good to go. We are all good. Thank y'all for being here. Let's just keep taking action and keep crushing it. We'll go in another quick rotation here to say bye. Hey, Chris, why don't you go ahead and give some parting words briefly, if you could, just to make sure we all get in within not too much over the hour. And I'll send out notes and we'll figure out exactly when we're going to do this again. Thank y'all.
My parting words: wash your hands, stay safe, stay healthy, love your family.
That's wonderful. Thank you. John, you're next, buddy. You're on the circle.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, the rest of the panelists, TJ, Joe, Chris, Hunter, Jim. Always an honor to be with you guys. Let's all keep going. This is not a time to, this is where the weak and the strong are kind of separated here. And I think that we have a really resilient industry. And that's the one thing that I can say about our industry, is that people that in this industry will go out and do whatever it takes to make it happen. And that is not always the case in other industries. And so I'm proud of our people. I'm proud of what we're doing. And I think that we will make it through this. And we'll see you guys on the other side of this.
Thanks a lot, John. Thanks a lot. Hey, Hunter, could you come up next for us, brother?
Hey guys, own this moment. I've said it over and over. It's an opportunity. I've heard Tony Robbins say, other guys say, hey, look, life is happening for us, not to us. We could sit here and say, I've worked my butt off for 12 months, for 5 years, for 10 years, and it's all coming crashing down. It's happening for you. Innovate, establish what you're going to do, a plan, a strategy with your team. You've got, look, right here, you've got 7 guys who are happy to pour into you, who love this community of contractors. We'll do anything we can to help you. And I know plenty of other guys. I've been on several other panels. I'm on another one Monday of guys who are willing to help you and not try to sell you stuff, but truly help you because we care about you. We care about your team. We care about your family. We care about your community. So we're here for you. Keep pushing. Don't be discouraged. You've got an opportunity to be great. Go be great.
Thank you, brother. TJ, give us some words, man.
First of all, thanks to all of you guys. I consider all of you friends of mine. I look forward to doing some more of these. I think this is going to be a big way that we're going to continue to get interaction and get the word out there to help encourage and assist contractors and people in the industry. So I just hope that everybody has a blessed weekend. And I think we're going to have to kind of try to divide our time mentally. I think that everyone is going to have to be purposeful about spending a little bit of time focusing on work, spending a little bit of time focusing on their families, spending a little bit of time trying to work out some sort of physical exertion exercise, even though we're locked in our houses, a little bit of time playing games, whatever it is. We're all going to learn how that works. But I think it's important, as someone mentioned earlier, to keep ourselves healthy psychologically. I think that challenge will become more and more apparent as the weeks go on. So we're going to have to be creative and support each other. And I look forward to continuing to do my part. So you guys have a blessed weekend.
Thanks, TJ. Really appreciate you. Joe, give us some words of wisdom to take off with, brother.
I think what TJ and others said is perfect. And I did a live on this in Hunter's group last night, and I called it Leadership Squared. So this is a time where we need to just double down on our leadership, leading our team, leading our families, leading our community, leading our clients, our market. And to echo what TJ said, for me personally, that comes down to making sure that I am as healthy mentally and physically as possible. Phil, you mentioned you're starting every day with prayer and gratitude, the morning routine, getting some good sleep, eating well, not indulging in some drinking or whatever else, but making sure that we're 100% for our families, for our teams, for our businesses, our markets. And it's a chance to step up and double down. So, if I can help, I'm going to pace my.
Uh-oh. Joseph doesn't. Yeah, I think we're all muted.
I'm not. Joseph.
Oh, okay.
All right. I just unmuted myself. Was
Okay,
I
great.
saying something I shouldn't have?
Just
You
the
guys
last
just.
10 seconds of what you said. You were posting your information.
All right. I just pasted my Facebook Live. Oh, shoot. That was just to all the panelists. Let me just do that again. I do a daily Facebook Live. If you want some strategies, like Jim said, there's a lot of strategy out there, a lot of information. It comes down to implementation. So, honored to be here. Thank you so much again, Phil, for organizing this. And I'll mute myself. Have an awesome weekend.
All right. Although we are all, I think, already home, this is where I would say, Jim, take us home, but take us out of here, I guess. Give us your last little bit, please.
I don't have a whole lot to add. I mean, that was really great by all the guys that are here. I am grateful and honored to be a part of this panel. I'm grateful for these folks in our industry. I'm grateful for the leaders that are standing up and leading in a time of concern. It is just super cool. It reinvigorates my belief in humanity to do the right thing when the chips are down. And so take TJ's advice, get some time, be quiet, be in a quiet space, enjoy maybe some of this time. I'm using as much as I possibly can to don't shut yourself like completely inside. If you have the ability to go fishing, play golf, go hiking, like those are individual things that you're able to do, and be outside and enjoy a little bit of nature. God put it there for us, and it's funny in so many places right now. Geese are showing back up where they've never been before. They're hearing birds in Wuhan, which they haven't heard birds in years. It's this, hey, maybe the earth needed a break, and maybe you do too. I wish you all the best. We'll be here to serve you, and however we can help you, reach out to us.
Thank you again, Penley. It's talking about I even got wifey to go out for a short run with me this morning. We all need to get our exercise. We all need to get outside. See if you can convince wifeys to go running with you. Let me give a quick shout out and thanks to my friends at Kincaid Roofing. I didn't realize that I hadn't done that for my Yeti water bottle during our, okay, Cornerstone, you got to send me something, brother. You got to send me something. I really think we're out of time. I'm not quite sure how to end all this. One thing I'm most grateful for are the beginning and the ending comments from all the panelists. You guys are great. Y'all pour so much into me. I do my best to pour into y'all. We'll figure out exactly when we're going to do this again. It'll either be one evening next week or next Friday at this time. We'll figure it all out. But here we go. We got some more people on the, when you give me the signal. Okay. I'm just making sure. Sorry, guys. Some of the tech problems are challenges that we're working through this. Thank you for getting this, everybody together. I got to thank Aaron and Sarah again for putting all the promotional material and getting the word out. I thank all you guys, all the panelists. I saw stuff on your pages and social media that got us our folks in here. Have a great day. Have a blessed weekend. God bless you. God loves you. God's got this. He's in control of it all. We're all good. We're signing off. Thanks, guys.